Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Itma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 108.
108.
My children are learning Spanish, and so I was going to, if I had been on my game, I would have said, Me llamo es Megan también, Just Run It. Y también, and also Just Run It. Could have a Spanish intro.
So why are they learning Spanish?
Just in school.
Okay.
Just at daycare. So you ask my little guy what his favorite color is, and he'll say rojo. Rojo. My boys like red. Cute. Yes. So how was your Thanksgiving?
Good.
Yep. Lots of thanks were given.
Yes. I have a newly minted 8-year-old.
Mm.
And things are fun.
Is he a lot different than when he wasn't 8 years old?
No.
Okay.
He might have had a little meltdown about that too.
That things didn't change.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it was just a really long, exhausting day. And,
yeah.
And by the end of it, he just wasn't having anything of it. You know, people are trying to have conversations with him about how it feels to be 8, and he's just like beside himself.
Doesn't feel any different. Yeah. Yep. I can see that. I went back and asked the Googles whether or not my sister's birthday could ever be on Thanksgiving, and it cannot. 22nd through the 28th is when Thanksgiving can be on the calendar. Also, she would have turned 30 this year. My mom reminded me, not 29. In my mind, she's always 4 years younger than me.
Okay.
But for a short time, she is not.
Right.
Because my birthday is in January, so... or is in January. And so anyway, that wasn't really all that important other than we were talking about birthdays and Thanksgiving. Yeah, I got strep throat randomly. Children didn't get it. I got it. So I got to visit another medical facility other than my own. And we went and saw Frozen, which I can highly recommend.
Cool.
All 3 of my children, including my baby, my 2-year-old, sat there transfixed.
Okay.
Like, first movie Dexter sat all the way through, first movie that Quentin ever went to, and he sat all the way through it. Like, just like, it's very musical.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Idina Menzel and, or Menzel?
Mm.
Not Mendez, it's Menzel. Was in it, and I could see it very much becoming like a Broadway show.
Okay.
Because she was in Wicked, and cool. It was her voice anyway.
Right.
Wasn't literally her. What else is going on? We've got some drawings to do. We were going to talk about, I don't know when you wanted to fit that in, but we were going to do some zombie window shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Drive-by zombie window shopping.
Yep.
We have the Velveteen Rabbit kit that we'll be talking about. I have a little bit of enabling. I see you have some enabling NFOs.
Yep.
We got a show to do today.
We do.
We do. So, do you want to be my Vanna?
Oh.
The Vanna to my Pat Sajak?
Which one are you doing first?
Let's do the self-striping KAL.
Okay.
So, self-striping KAL, this is November, and I'm still plotting on doing, if you've done all 12 entries, what the special drawing will be for. It was 2 through 1527, and because we had 3 of them, we did the early draw, and the number was 1389, and that is Knitter 2. Knitter 2, you are the proud owner of the British Isles BFL.
Yep, Superwash BFL and nylon. It's over 660 yards.
Whoa.
Oh wait, 460 yards.
Okay. Numbers. And that's Adventures in Yarncraft.
Yay.
Very generously donated that. It's got some very pretty colors. I really want to see that coral and the turquoise knit up.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. So, contact me, Knitter2, and I shall get you this wonderful self-stripiness. It's fantastic, and it's on BFL. Love, love, love. And you can have matching socks with me.
Cool.
Or something else, because I have that as well. Very generously given to me. Next up, we have the Journey Prize. We had 236 entries in the forum thread and 6 tweets, so that's 2 through 242 for all you mathematicians at home. And the winner was number 38, which was Stitched Together. And she has a really good blog.
Oh.
I follow her. Stitched Together. I recognized her picture, her avatar. I don't know if that's the name of the blog. I can link the blog if people are interested. I can't remember now. I recognized her picture though. I think it is Stitched Together, her blog. And that was for the Journey ebook. So contact me and I will have them gift it to you, Miss Stitched Together. And yeah, I don't know if you follow me on social media, you saw that I did not do the Aunt Rose Next, which is out of that book. But I had, in social media, I have been seeing some of them, and they looked really good with like slightly tonal variegated.
Yep.
And so I want to do it out of a slightly tonal variegated. Yep. And this is not slightly tonal variegated, but I'm jumping ahead of myself. Last but not least, in November we had the I Want Candy KAL, which was Amy's fantabulous Crushin' It hat, which was inspired by Candy Crush.
Yeah.
If you like Candy Crush, you should definitely knit the hat, because it's kind of got a crushed motif. You could wear it and play the game. And my phone is maxed out on apps because it's very old. I'm getting a new one for Christmas. I do not play Candy Crush. And then my sugar high cowl. There were a few of those mixed in. And we have 3 prizes, Anna.
Okay.
So the first prize is the bag, which is holding all of the other prizes.
So I want to just talk about this bag a little bit. This is a design from my mom, the Silver Shed. And I noticed that you can put a magazine in it and it will not fall over.
Cool. So
it's fits a gallon milk jug as far as size goes, and no handles or anything. It just sits on the ground and
kind of a catch-all.
Yeah, catch-all for your pattern.
And I noticed it makes a very good Pope hat. It's very tall. It's very fun.
Abe Lincoln.
But yes, that's a very nice. It's got a nice, it's a little thicker than a project bag because it's a nice catch-all.
It's got a bit of a fall motif going, but
I like all those. That's a lot of work.
Yes,
putting all of those together.
Quilted.
And then the inside is the polka dot that's
on
the outside there. My LL Bean catalog.
Yes. So if you have a magazine project that's not really traveling, just stick it in there and have it right on your end table or the floor next to your feet, and it'll work great.
It can be both utility and decorative, house decoration. My mom would be all for it.
So since it wasn't just a standard bag, I thought I had to explain it. So
okay, sorry. Winner is of the Silver Shed. We had, I didn't write down the numbers.
22.
Yeah, 2 through 22, and the winner was 15, which was Knit and Quilter. And I believe all of these were Crushing It hats. I'll give you a little spoiler for the upcoming one. 2 of them were out of the yarn that shipped with the birthday kit. So we had a good participation rate on folks that had the patterns and yarn. Yeah. Next up, we have Yarn vs. Zombies. It is her Brains color, or Brains base, which is 100% merino wool.
In Steampunk Adventures colorway.
Adventuress or Adventures? I think it might be Adventuress. But
Adventurous. Yep. Okay.
Adventuress. And the winner of that was number 19. Yay! Number 19 is Forensic Girl. So contact me on that one. Again, if you contact one of us and it's not us, the person who physically has it, we can relay the information. No worries. So Amy will take her mom's bag and I will take Forensic Girl's, Knit and Quilter, Forensic Girl. And then last, but certainly not least, we have an Elizabeth Quinton bag that was generously gifted to us during the zombie knitpocalypse before she headed back to California. Cool. Yes. And it's got some sock monkeys on it.
Yeah.
It's super cute. I really like this size bag.
It's very nice size.
Yep. That's what she said. And the winner was number 16, which is Knit Tea Garden. Knit Tea Garden, Minnesota. Yes.
Who is Nitty Burden contacting?
She can contact me. Okay. And that's the prizes, yo.
Woohoo!
Yes. I love the prizes. The prizes are so much fun to give away, and I like it when they're not like 20 million of them all in one day. What else we got going on? So we were going to do our window shopping or drive-by zombie, whatever. Did you have anything in particular that you want to talk about, or was it all me? I've been doing a lot of like, you can't buy this for yourself, Megan, because it's Christmas and you should be giving these as gift ideas and not buying it for yourself.
Well, there's something I want to talk about, so I'll stick it here.
Okay.
I have been window shopping pets.
Oh.
Because we had lost Ziggy, and our other cat has been a little bit clingy and needy, and we get home from work and she's just meowing up a storm and doesn't want to leave our side, and I don't know, seems like she's a bit lonely. So we decided to go ahead and get a kitten sooner rather than later. We realized that we weren't going to be away from the house more than overnight now and through, spring, I would think. So we adopted Pivot, and she's a calico kitten, and she's less than 4 months old, but getting close to 4 months old, and we're excited to have her. The cats have been introducing themselves between the door, and the older cat is growling at her. Oh, yeah. She's not happy that there's another presence. And the kitten could care less. Yeah. Yay. Let's play. I don't care. But she just came from the shelter, so she's used to having all sorts of cats around her. And Miss Cookie has not been used to having other animals in the house. So she is getting adjusted. I believe tonight somebody let her, the kitten out of her special isolation room for a little bit and scared the bejesus out of Cookie. She just like poofed up and ran in the opposite direction from the cat. The kitten, she's like, get away.
The kitten is the alpha.
Apparently. And then the kitten found this big plastic horse that my daughter got from my dad, and that thing must be the scariest thing in the world. It poofed up and started like backing away from it, around it.
Maybe it smells like something.
I don't know. It could. It could. I guess it came from my dad's house, which has dogs, so that could be. That could be.
Maybe it smells like a dog and it looks enough like a dog that it's like, wow.
Yeah, but I mean, compared to the kitten, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
But nothing else in the house so far has caused that reaction. So, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's because of where it came from. Yeah, they have dogs. So,
who knows? Who knows?
That fresh dog.
You're noisy over here. He's making a lot of noises over here. Breathing. Yeah, so my zombie window shopping is I've been not stalking. I've been I watched and heard about a new pattern that was using some self-striping worsted, and then I was kind of like, oh, I made my my first seamless Salomas out of self-striping worsted, and wouldn't that be fun to make some more? I'm in like the holiday shopping spirit, like, oh, I'll buy, because I can totally knit a whole bunch of seamless Salomas between now and Christmas, right? And Kirby Werby had an update, and of course I missed it. It was gone in 2.5 seconds. So even if I were stalking it, I would have missed it. And then I went out and I saw that Fiber Nymph has a whole bunch in her shop. So I've got some sitting in my cart right now, and maybe mentioning it on air will be enough to make me be like, well, now other people are going to buy it, and maybe I'll pull the trigger. But she's got some like making the donuts and some more men colors like red and gray, and some purples and blue. Yeah. So go check out her shop if you're interested in the latest trend of self-striping worsted for either Salomas or hats or mittens, or I think it's a trending hot topic. Also, Jenny the Potter has a bunch of, like, if you want a Christmas gift for a fellow knitter, she's got some yoked sweater ornaments. So, like, it's, you know, like the chevrons on the yoke or the rounded yoke, and I think there's a cardigan as well. She's got some stamped earrings. The ones I've been eyeballing are silver stamped that have knit stitches. That looks like knitwear on the earrings. She's got pendants that you can get at a reasonable price that are ceramic and handmade and really nice. So if you wanted to point somebody at that, you could be like, hey, you could totally get me something cool for me that is knitting related. And then also today, not a lot of like quick knits to knit for holiday gifts, but Knitty Winter came out and they had a lot of really cute garments. And then they had a cowl by Mr. Franklin Habit that I absolutely loved. You knit it in garter and then you weave the yarn back through. You're making those little woven things.
I know, but I don't have a desire to, I don't know, do an entire cowl by sticking a little darning needle through all of the little loops. Like
I thought it looked like it could be fun, but again, I'm not a very good finisher, so.
You get the garter done, you get like 3 lines of the pattern, and you'd be like, okay, I'm done.
But those patterns are all free. So, and there's some really cool garments out there. So if you're interested in a garment and don't want to purchase any, those are something to look at. And those were the 3 things I have written down that I have been, if you looked at my browser history, I would be guilty of looking at recently.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that was like that for me. Nope.
Okey-doke. Artichoke.
Not really.
You want to get to the knitting?
Sure.
Show me your FOs.
So I had some seamless Lomas that I didn't bring. They're the wrong size, as per discussed, but they've been finished and they're done.
Okay.
I don't know. It was just complete user error. I should have either stuck with the needle size that was in the pattern or the yarn, or I don't know. I just changed too many things about what I was doing, and then it was too small. And I also think that I must have, the first time I swatched, when it was way too big, I must have been on bigger needles than I thought I was on. Because then when I reknitted, I was definitely on 5s and too small. And then I got my Bedford done in time for Nanny Swimo. Yay! So, I don't have any notes really, other than I would probably, whatever you think is the right size, I don't know. Like, I knit this at a normal size for my husband, but the way that it has a little bit of ribbing in it, it kind of was kind of tight. He didn't like it. So I had to block some positive ease into it.
And it looks like you did.
And yeah, and so he likes it a lot better, but there was too much ease in the neck, so I reblocked the neck. And then if this particular iteration of it gets tried on, it hasn't been tried on yet, but if it gets tried on and it's still not happy, we will rip out the neck and redo it so that it's smaller. Because I did change it so that it kind of tightened up in the back. I just didn't do it on the neck line. Because again, when it was initially sucked in, it all looked great around his neck. But then when I blocked it out, I just let it happen. Whatever happened on the top happened on the top. But what I should have done was made sure that the neck stayed the same size. And I didn't. It stretched out when I stretched out the bottom half. You know how that goes. Or maybe you don't.
I do. I completely understand what you're saying.
So yes,
my husband prompted me on his sweater. So what do you need to do that so that I can wear it? Because I still haven't washed it. Which people a lot of people went out to the episode thread and said you could indeed felt in a top loader.
But it was super wash, so I wasn't even worried about that.
Or front loader, not top loader. Yeah.
But you're, yeah.
My mom has a new washer. Like, not even it's one of these newfangled top loaders without an agitator in the middle.
Oh yeah, my
Super
dad
cool.
has one.
Like, you stand and because it's got a glass top.
Mm-hmm.
So it like weighs it and goes and it like analyzes the load, and then it shoots water at it from every which way, and it's high tech. It's like space age laundry, yo.
Yeah, I guess if I had read about those before I bought mine, I might have thought about it. But I like mine.
Okay. But this isn't about me. This is about your wonderful sweater. Sorry.
I got it done in the nick of time. I think I had a day to spare.
Take that, husband.
Yeah.
Take that, toddler.
Yes, exactly. In your face,
Toddler. In your face, husband. I finished it. You doubted me.
So,
what did you do on the sleeves? Did you knit them inside out?
I did knit them inside out, and I do notice the transition from when I flipped it to going. They're both in the round, but I flipped it and then had to do the joining the body to the sleeves, and I do see it. It's definitely less noticeable now that it's blocked, so I'm not as concerned about the difference. But you can
Put
kind
my
of see.
thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
You can see.
Sorry. Yes, I do notice it, but I
Miss
don't
Missy?
think the bystander admiring your husband's biceps would.
Exactly.
They would just be like, "Those are nice biceps." Not the pearl bumps are a little closer. Maybe he could be like, "Take that, pearl bumps," and like stretch and flex and stretch them out.
Yeah, I
And with that, we're gonna continue.
I really like the pattern, and if he ultimately doesn't end up wearing it a lot, I think it'll be my cozy new sweater. I don't think it's gonna go to waste at all, because it's adorable. And I probably would rewash it so that it had the negative views in it.
Yeah.
But for now, this is it.
I would definitely let him know that. Be like, if you don't want this could totally be mine. And then I will remind you that I knit you a sweater and you didn't like it, and that's why I'm not knitting you anymore in the future. Totes my goats.
Because I had knit Matt 2 pairs of socks before he ended up wearing them and deciding that wool socks were awesome. So I knit 2 pair. They sat untouched for years, and then all of a sudden he's like, "I like these. These are great." And then the not so subtle hints of
the light bulb came on.
I need more of these.
I like these. I need more of these.
But yeah, that was it for FOs. I got the Salomas and that done. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to have any more finished objects for a very long time. I did finish some smaller things, but they are going off in the mail. Surprises you can't see.
All somebody needs to do is tell Amy she can't do it, and then she.
Yeah, when I posted it, I said thank you for the much needed motivation.
Yeah.
Because it really motivated me.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that done. Well, that and my husband's taunting me.
Mm-hmm.
After I'd finally gotten it started, and then I had to rip it out, and then I had to do it again. He's like, "There's no way you're gonna get that done by the end of the month."
Yeah, if you tell me I can't do something, that's probably the best motivation for me to prove to you that I can indeed do it. So don't tell me I can't do something unless you want me to do it, in which case that's reverse psychology. It's mean. Amy's like, I've totally used that. I finished these socks. So they made the grand tour into Nebraska and Iowa, and they finally got finished. Cool. Yes. So these are the Skip Rib by Adrienne Koo, Mushroom Knits, and they are going off to Miss Julia soonly. So I was hoping to get them in the mail before today, where I would have to say they were off air. But I also have some other off air design work and giftery being knit and finished as well. So that is my lonely FO.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. What
So
you
you've got a lot of sweater going on in front of you.
I do, but it's an Aran weight sweater, so you have to temper your
Amazement.
amazement. Yes.
I am knitting the To Infinity and Beyond cowl for the winner of
You have to say that differently.
To Infinity and Beyond cowl.
I'm not falling. You're not flying. You're falling gracefully.
Well, we are falling gracefully. Anyway, this is for the winner of our birthday kit ticket.
Yep. As was
So
mine.
in our birthday kits, we give everybody some tickets, and then you get the golden ticket. So anyway, we drew a winner, and she requested the this is in the Take a Hike colorway. It's a smooshy with cashmere from Dream in Color.
That's fantastic use of that yarn.
Yes. The Take a Hike colorway is exclusive to the Luby U, so if you're looking for it, that's where you have to go. It looks awesome. I'm gonna have to figure out how to join this part in the round. It looks a little loose. What's going on here?
Just tighten her up.
Yeah. But you won't notice it by the time you get done.
Nope. Skip.
And yeah, it's got a lot of rest rows in it, which I was surprised. So it's easy peasy.
Easy to memorize.
Yep.
Free on Ravelry.
Yes. Free pattern.
By Hohi Locatelli.
Yes. It's very cool. So also, I have the very tiniest of starts on the Mr. G vest. And I don't have the details of the Mr. G vest.
It's a charity thing.
Yes.
Right?
It is a charity thing.
In memory of Mr. G.
Yeah, you donate to the Alzheimer's charity. I don't remember exactly which one it is. And then she will email you the pattern. And it's got a lot of interesting texture to it. And I'm excited to work on it. But again, I'm just at the ribbing. I switched to the bigger needles, and now I get to do the pattern. So
What's the yarn you're using, Madame?
Cascade 220 Superwash, which was what this was made out of. So I'm a big fan of this stuff lately, just because it's, when you're doing big sweaters, it's a nice economic choice.
And good gift, right? I mean,
yes,
because you don't really have to, other than you probably shouldn't throw it in the dryer.
Right.
Instructions. You don't have to give them a lecture about proper care of knitwear when you do it.
You could probably throw this stuff in the dryer, but I'll be washing my husband's sweater, and Stan and my mom know already the proper care, because I gave them a Cascade 220 not superwash last year.
So you had to give them the speech.
I did.
The knitwear speech.
Yep. They do not go in the dryer.
I have little business cards that say, lovingly handmade for you by Megan Williams. And then on the back I often write care.
And then I had a little bit of cast-on-itis, so if all of this wasn't enough, I added a Measure in Love cowl.
Ooh, fun!
Out of my For the Love of Once in Love with Amy. It's a Freak Sinatra song. Or at least it was made famous by. I don't know anything else about it. But yes, this is the Sheep Dreamery single ply.
That she dyed up.
Yep.
With, our inspiration.
So specifically for us. So once I'm done knitting this, I will give you a review of what I think, and I will give away the matching skein. So you can see how that looks.
I'm making grabby fingers over here. I want to feel your cowl.
Squishy, squishy.
Oh yeah, fingering held double.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yep, single ply held double. Got a lot of that going on. So I am not even in the I got 1.5 inches of this part to go before I can get to the beautiful pattern. But cast-on-itis, it's serving me well. I really enjoyed getting this on the needles. So thank you, Sheep Dreamery.
Yes, that's a great use of it. I love that single ply. TML.
Yes, very much like TML.
Yes.
Which is Tosh. Oh, I did have another FO. Oh, another bib.
Lanky square.
Lanky square. Did I bind this up? No, it's good. Okay. So, cool. I think I'm up to 13 of these. I haven't.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah, I haven't counted them all. But yeah, I'm gonna be working on red for a while. So you're gonna see 2 more of those. I think at some point I'm gonna reach the tipping point where it becomes an obsession to completion, because yeah, there's gonna be a point where like maybe at 20 out of 30 squares and I'm gonna be like, I gotta knit 10 more.
Or your husband needs to say something like, Amy, are you ever gonna finish that blanket? And then she's how?
Yeah. But right now I'm enjoying that it's a slow process. I'm not overly eager to get them all done. I've seen a lot of the completed objects, and I'm very excited that I'm going to have one of those blankets someday, but that's it. That's a lot, but that's it. So, your turn.
My turn. I am currently knitting the Safe for Air knitting out of my huge ball, which I look at it now, and if I looked at this ball before, I like with just fresh eyes, I would be like, oh my god, that's ginormous. But now I look at it and I'm like, it's so teeny. Am I gonna have enough yarn?
Are you gonna have enough yarn? You've already knit this much.
It's got a hood and sleeves that I can use all of this for as well. So I've gotten past the point where I hand wound it.
Yeah. Cool.
But this is the Jill Draper Make Stuff in the Empire Mega Skein. And I went out and I had like a Forrest Gump moment, in a good way, not in like a way. Forrest Gump is lovable, right? So it's not a bad thing to say you were like Forrest Gump. But I was looking at the base because I have a hard time spelling things that have lots of vowels. So Rambouillet has like E-I-O-U-L-E-T is I think at the end, or I-O-U-L-E-T at the end.
French, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of vowels. And so I was looking for the correct spelling because I like to spell things correctly when I can. And she had a link on the yarn page that was on the Knitter's Review. And so to get back to the how I had a Forrest Gump moment, Clara has a way of explaining things that make me understand.
Yeah.
She so Rambouillet is a fine wool, which means this might not wear the best, but the Jill Draper, this Hudson Valley raised and spun, is a 4-ply, so that kind of offsets it. And then she also said in the review that it would be really good for cables because it's a nice plump round yarn, and so the cables really pop, and I hope you're seeing them pop. And I chose to do the Miranda, which is by Jose Paquin, I believe. That's how you would say it, because it's Anna Paquin, right? It's the P-A-Q-U-I-N, Paquin, Jose Paquin. And the pattern calls for 2 to 4 inches of positive ease. And so the 2 smallest sizes would have, the next to smallest size would have had like not quite 2, and then the next biggest size has like 4, and then I've had some gauge issues. So this is going to have a lot of positive ease, but I feel as if I could like live in it, and it will just be really comfy and like a home. It's a new home I'm knitting myself. It's got a pocket. You can make a hood. I can make it long sleeve. I haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to wear long sleeves underneath it, if I want to be that warm, or if I want to leave the short sleeve as an option. Just noticed that my sleeves were zhuzhed. Yeah, Aran weight sweater went pretty quick. So I separated for the pocket, and I've gotten to the part where the liner is long enough, and I'm knitting the top part of the pocket to join in. And I don't know that any of the pictures that I've taken have really done the depth of color on this justice. It's just so pretty. And it's wonderful to work with. I need more Rambouillet in my life. It may be the new
BFL.
The new BFL.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the Rambouillet that I've purchased recently. I have one that's like a multiply sock yarn, and then I have the other one that's a 2-ply that I'm going to use for a sweater. But it might take me a while to get to using it. It's really nice. And I also like in the pattern that there's just enough interest up here in this front panel, and that the front panel I think it's a nice shape for it to expand and make it be the pockets part of this panel. So, and it continues to expand out and makes the pocket kind of a rhombus. Yes. I'm just being correct. And then, yeah, that's what I've got on the needles that is fit for the air. I don't know that I had anything. I haven't really made that many modifications. I was kind of concerned about nope, didn't drop the stitch. Dropped a stitch. I was kind of concerned about the length, but now that I've done the pocket lining, it does look like it will be long enough. When I was separating here, it looked really short. Yes. It was like... And I didn't do the row math to see how many rows it called for and what that equaled in inches. But now I'm fine. Yep. I'm cool with it. I'm ready to... And I've tried it on. It is big. It's comfy. I just have to keep my fingers crossed that it doesn't get really big with a wash, right? Right. Like I'm expecting it to plump a little bit, but I can't recommend this yarn highly enough. And I think if you went out and looked at Clara's review of it, you would agree. She pointed out in the review, again, also something I thought was really smart, that if you did skein this into multiple balls, that you should make sure that you mark them so you know like the progression, because I'm not doing any, you know, right, like this was first off of the ball skein, this is second off the skein, third off the skein. Yeah, that way you don't end up that, because ultimately that's what happens when you buy yarn, right? They skein it into these smaller, like 200 yard, 100 gram skeins, and then you just get a mishmash of them, right? And so this was all dyed together, obviously, but if you made it into smaller balls, you wouldn't get the progression, because I'm not doing any alternating with this, obviously. I'm just knitting it as it comes, and you don't get the harsh juxtaposition of a dark part of one skein and a light part of another right next to each other, because it's all just one progression. And so, yeah, it's really nice to have all of your yarn dyed in the same lot, all in one big hank, for that very reason. Again, Clara has a way of explaining things in a way that I understand. Yeah, and that's all I had to say about that. I don't have one, like, on the top of my head.
A Forrest Gump quote?
Yeah. We's like peas and carrots, we is.
Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. We have enabling, and we also have a wonderful giveaway to announce.
I was just running until one day I stopped.
And then I stopped. Jenny. Twinkling means something good's coming. This is an original kit from Little Skein. She is doing Velveteen Rabbit and recently released the kit. So this was before Thanksgiving, I believe. Yep, the 25th, and it's available till mid-January. This kit is featuring a Susan B. Anderson original design, a Ginks yarn in the it's a VFL self-striping DK, which is fantastic. and the bag, which was created by Little Skate. So quite the collaboration. And what was I going to say about it other than that? It's in her knitting reading series. So the first one was more yarn.
Extra yarn.
Extra yarn, sorry. And this one is the Velveteen Rabbit, which is a very Christmassy theme, I believe. It would be fun to like podcast to the opening of one, and it's a lot of pressure, but I just oohed and awed over everything when I was opening this. She has great packaging. I saved this. Everything was inside of this, and then everything had beautiful ribbons, and it's just, she never spares any details. Like everything just has that touch to it that just makes it such a fine touch. And so as like a beginning synopsis, I think again this would make a really great Christmas present for a knitter, or buy it for yourself and make a Christmas present for a loved one. So Bunny Love is by Susan B. Anderson. It's a very cute floppity, very similar to the Velveteen Rabbit stuffy. And you can make it with the yarn, which is the Jinx yarn in the Velveteen colorway, which is vanilla, brown, and pink self-striping. And it's 231 yards of DK. It's really soft. Is it 100? Yeah, it's 100% superwash. Why did I keep thinking that it was BFL? It's not. It's 100% merino. Was I saying it was BFL?
You did say it was BFL. It's merino.
Sorry. False alarm. It is not BFL. It is merino. Anyway. Fact checker. I need one before things come out of my mouth. So the full-size kit includes the pattern and the yarn, and then there's a little bag. It's got a Ghirardelli peppermint chocolate. It's got this adorable, I think it would be cute. It holds the whiskers to make for the bunny, but it says handmade for you on it, and I think it would make a really adorable Christmas ornament as well. You thought it was a Christmas ornament, right?
I did.
And I was like, no, that's the whiskers. So it's, yeah, she could have just put it on a little, but no, it's a nice wooden, engraved, handmade for you little, what are these called, bobbins?
Yeah.
Bobbin, wooden bobbin. You put all of your stitch markers in the bigger bottle.
I did. This is my stitch marker collection, but these are the ones you would get. So it comes with a stitch marker holder.
So cute.
That has the little bunny on it, and then it has the large marker with a bunny on it. So,
and kind of like a taupey.
Yeah, the colors of the yarn more or less in the beaded plain stitch markers. But I like the basic stitch markers.
And then this was like genius to me. A little card that says hand knit for you. So if you knit the bunny up, you can give it with this little card, and then you don't have to give the knitwear speech.
Yeah.
It says right on it, care instructions. Spot clean with a damp cloth. If washing is needed, soak in a wool wash and gently squeeze out the water and plump the rabbit back into shape. And I think the Velveteen Rabbit needs to look worn. So
that's right.
Yeah, the Velveteen Rabbit was one of the first books I remember reading as a child and realizing that there was like a deeper story to it. And I also cried because, you know, it was sad. And a very cute bag, which has some quotes from the book on it, some Christmas wreaths. So it's a very Christmassy bag, but also if you enjoy the Velveteen Rabbit, it harkens back to that. There's a little knitwear Velveteen Rabbit. and a joy. It's on the ring. And then the inside has quotes. And as part of this this kit, we will be giving away this larger bag. And did you think of a prompt? I always think that I'm going to think of one beforehand, and I don't. Is there like a Christmassy prompt?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe what's your favorite Christmas story?
Yeah,
because you have the Velveteen Rabbit as an example.
Yes. Yep. And then I think I'm going to be knitting up Bunny Love, so be looking for Mr. Bunny Love in the future.
I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of Polar Express. That's a really good one.
Elf is one of my favorite Christmas stories.
It's
based off of a book. It's based off of a book, right?
I've not read the book.
I think they make the book. Okay. I also like the Rise of the Guardians.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know that. I think that's based off of a book as well.
It's a series of large books. It's not like a little picture book.
So you were thinking little picture book.
I really was, but it doesn't have to scratch that. It doesn't have to be that. It could be the Christmas Carol. It could be some other Dickens thing.
What the Dickens? So yes, thank you, Miss Annie or Anne, for allowing us to have that review copy
share
and share it.
Yeah.
Her generosity knows no ends. All right, we have enabling.
Chop chop, chip chop, talk talk talk. So I took advantage of the Leading Men Fiber Arts to get the Metamorphosis. What I ended up doing was I saw when it was 10% off that there was a sock weight, and I was like, well, I really wanted a larger weight one, but I can hold that double. Click mine. And then
so beautiful.
It moved up to 20% off. And I saw that they had a worsted weight in their shop. So click mine. So I have both of these. And I really, really, really contemplated the Poison Ivy because it looks very Christmassy. It's got red and green and then like I think a blended purple in between the two. And so I have been thinking about that one. But these two jumped out at me, and then the shop emptied out before I could, purchase anything else. So, yay!
Just looking at them make me happy. I love it's that like mapley green that's in there that just gets me.
Yeah, the worsted is definitely brighter.
Yes. What different yarns take?
Yeah.
The nylon probably.
So this one's the Showstopper, and this one's Box Office.
That's the biggest.
So that's how they
the box office.
That's how they play together. But yeah, I was really excited to get those, and it was discounted. But there were so many people out there in our Abling threads doing like Thanksgiving Day sales. So if you're not aware of that and you haven't, get out to the threads and look at the enabling thread.
Those enabling threads are enabling.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I mean, my mom had a 15% off coupon going for a while there it might still be going on, I don't know. Go look. And yeah, there was 25% off one person, and I was like shopping around, but I don't know, it was just too hard. I need nothing. I need for nothing.
Likewise.
Want tons. Want all. Need for nothing. So I grabbed these two because Megan had her tempting Metamorphosis, and I think I don't hold me to this because I won't stick to it, but this is my last Leading Men Fiber Arts purchase until I've knit some of it up.
And or our retreat.
Yes. And or we see Steve in person and go to the retreat. So if I want to buy it before the retreat, this is getting knit up.
It's fantastic. Yeah, I think people say things like stash exceeds life expectancy.
Sable.
I think that I'm going to have to start stating my stash in like number of life sentences. Like, that guy's serving a triple life sentence. Like, it's not even like it exceeds. It's like you're going to have to start, I'm going to not talk about the things that came in the mail because to expedite things, but I wanted to the while I was home in Glenwood, I had the opportunity to work with my mom on a project, and I wanted to share it. This is a Christmas non-obligation gift to us both. So the materials.
Ooh, what do we get?
The materials are from moi, but my mom helped transform.
Yes.
We have some slinky staggering zombie pants, Jam Jams.
Am I pink?
You're pink, of course. So thank you very much, Grandma Jill, for helping. This stuff is like bulletproof. Her needle had a hard time like poking through the 2 layers of it. So this is our the stamp logo. And it feels fantastic on.
These are so stinking cute. I'm wearing them tonight.
See, so you wanted the present, Amy.
I did.
It was. And it's not, I wasn't thinking of King's Day, which is actually Epiphany in January. I was thinking of St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas Day is when you put your shoes out and they leave presents in your shoes. And that's December 6th. So happy St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
Thank you.
Yes.
I also want to thank S. Jane for our lovely girls on bears on a couch, kittens on a couch knitting.
Yes. Bears/cats. I think they are kind of ambiguous eared animals.
Yes,
and then I got the fabric from Spoonflower. So this is their performance knit that they gave to me for free and then got a huge sale on.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we can wear these at the retreat and be really jazzy. Jam Jam pants.
Those are some crazy wild pants. But
well, I knew you wouldn't want the green. So I was like, I'll get her some pink. Some pinkers. So yes.
I would have been fine with the green, but I like that we're different. I think that's the thing.
Well, we are different.
Yeah. We're different people.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I know.
Jazz.
He's all nice and warm and snuggly.
Yes. So, that was all that I had to talk about. I'll talk about the other stuff that I got some other time.
Okay. Thanks, Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.